Okay, so hello. I, I this was a few days ago now, but I thought that that was the perfect time to talk about the tour, Banfield's tour from the 11th, the one in Greensboro, the moist one. Okay, so I guess I'll just start from like the beginning. Okay, so the day of, it was so hard for me to sleep. Okay, I only really slept for like 6 hours, and I got up pretty early. So I thankfully was able to be online for a few hours until we had to leave or get ready and leave to get to the hotel and everything. So I took a nap on the way there. It was a weird nap because I'm not used to taking naps, so I kept like opening and closing my eyes over and over. But I did that, and I don't even remember exactly what happened when we got to the hotel. I don't remember. Oh, now I remember. Of course I. We had gotten Wendy's before, like on the way there when we were almost there, almost to the hotel, and we ate Wendy's in our hotel room, and then went to the place that we had to go for the VIP stuff. Even though it took forever to find it because it was all crazy. It was pretty hard. Like we got there before Cat, and it was really stressful because it was like I need my VIP ticket to actually go, and she's not even here yet. Because she like got me the VIP ticket. Like she had another one, and I figured out the day before. She told me about it the day before, but it was because her friend that was going with her canceled last minute because of the cost. It was almost $200, like $185, I think. And I thought I wasn't going to be able to, but then like mom was like, okay, yeah, I'll pay for it. And I was like, oh my gosh, what? And I just could not believe it was happening. Like it was actually happening, and it was a bit weird because I met her like the day before. I had talked to her once before, very briefly, like a few days after Sean's tour or something. We were talking about something that happened through tweets, replies through tweets. So yeah, that was like it was a bit weird talking to someone for the first time where I can feel like I can play to myself. It was really interesting. And I rambled a lot and I feel a bit guilty about that. But she was great. She was super sweet and adorable. She was great in general. It was really fun to hang out with her for a few hours. And I also met this girl named Mick that was she and her friend in front of us or behind us? I think she was like right in front of us. Yeah, she was right in front of us. That's how I really met her because she was right in front of us and we talked a little bit. And I remember after, well, I'll just go back. Okay, I'm not good at storytelling stuff. So we were in line and it was pretty stressful because they had a problem with printing my ticket, so they had to print it again. It was a bit stressful. But we were able to get in, thankfully, and was able to meet Danville, of course. And I remember as soon as we got in, just a few moments later, they walked out for a few seconds to be like, say hi! And I screamed. I was like, oh my gosh, they're real! I wasn't able to see Phil's face, really. I was only able to see Dan's, but I was like, oh my gosh, they're real! I was flipping out. And, um, like online, I was like, this is happening, this is happening, Trinity, this is happening, you're meeting Dan Phil, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. And we went inside. I remember I heard them talk a few times, and I heard Dan laugh. I was like, I heard Dan laugh! I was freaking out over hearing Dan laughing before I actually met him. And she had asked me to record her meeting them, which I was like, okay. So I did. I was right after her. And it was like I knew it was going to happen, and I was already starting to shake a little bit when I was recording her. But as soon as I was done recording, and she left, I wasn't able to look at both of them at once because I was so shook. I saw Phil look at me, and I was like, "Okay, this is genuinely happening. What do I do?" So I was like, "Hi, Phil." I was trying to screen record on my mom's phone that I was using, but it said not to work. But hey, I still got 2 pictures with them, and it's still hard to believe that I have pictures with them and everything. It's like, what? This is real? Because the moment was quite a bit of a blur. I don't remember everything. I don't remember. I don't remember what they feel like when you hug them, which makes me really stressed. Like I don't remember what it's like to hug them. I don't remember. I just remember seeing them in real life and just being like, oh, they weren't as tall as I thought they were going to be. But I mean, my dad is almost 6 foot anyways, so it wasn't like that bad. And it was just crazy. It was like, oh my gosh, this is real. And the only things I would say were, "Hi Phil, hi Dan, sorry I'm shaking," to Dan. And he's like, "Oh, it's okay." And when he took the pictures, and since I could barely even talk, I was just like, I was like, "I love you." And I forget what exactly that Dan was saying at the end. I think he was saying something like, like enjoy the show or whatever. And when I said I love you, I swear I saw his eyes soften, and it's just, oh my gosh, I didn't realize it until after, like the day after. I was like, oh yeah, his eyes softened when I said I love you. What, that genuinely happened? And I'm just like, what? Oh, it was incredible. So I left the actual area where we were meeting them and met up with Kat and Mick, and we talked for a little bit, and we were just on our phones. And my mutuals were freaking out with me, and I'm just like, this is happening. This actually happened and stuff. And then I finally looked at my book. I opened the book, and saw that they signed it. I knew they were signing it, but I saw it, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was so shook. I was like, oh, yeah, this is definitely real. It's real. Okay. And we just stood around for a little bit, which was annoying. Like I'm not good at standing up for super long, so it was a bit annoying, but we just kind of stood there for a while. And then it decided to start raining, which was fun because I'm terrible with rain. I have a book on my head because I was just like, and then my mom and sister came to the rescue, even though it felt awkward because they had 2 umbrellas and all 3 of us were super close, and I literally had just met Mick and Kat for the first time in real life, and me and Mick were already had awkward tension, a lot of awkward tension. Like, I feel really guilty. Like, me and Mick just kind of had real awkward tension, and it just makes me feel guilty. I promise I'm a lot more better online, texting online. It's just in real life, I just ramble a lot and stuff like that. I don't know. And uh, you guys are heroes, but also I literally just met Mick and Kat. This is making things even more awkward since I have to be so close to them. It was stressful, but I mean, it was fine. And like the actual show was, I forget the word. Like they had to make it at a later, like slightly later because of the rain, and it was also unplugged because of the rain. They didn't use really any technology stuff, not really. Like they couldn't use the actual set. It says interactive introverts. Well, the set was there, but it couldn't light up. because they were scared that I was going to kill them, basically. But it was still super fun. That actual show was super fun. I don't want to give any spoilers, but it was incredible. It was so fun, and it was like, oh my gosh. I heard Phil curse in real life as well, and I heard Dan play piano in real life. It's incredible. It just was. And the only thing is, I feel I feel mad at myself for not realizing this before. But I thought me and Kat were gonna be beside each other, so when I realized we weren't, I was like, oh no. And that was my first time of really having true independence because I've never really been that independent before. So I sat by myself and there was someone beside me, but I was too terrified to talk to them, and I felt guilty about that because it made it pretty awkward. I looked at their phone for a split second and saw that they were on Twitter. I should have talked to them. I could have met another mutual. I could have met a new friend, but no, I was terrified out of my mind. I'm sorry if this person somehow follows me or something and thinks that I was rude or something for not talking to them. I'm sorry. I was like stressed from being alone and everything, and I was just awkward. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening. And I remember when Welcome to the Black Parade played, and everyone had their phones up with lights and everything, and it was just so cool. And it just made me feel at home in a way. I just felt so happy. That made my stress and overwhelmingness go away pretty much immediately. I was like, okay, remember, you're still seeing them. You're not gonna be able to talk to Kat or anything, and you're not with anyone that you actually know, but it's okay. But it was fine. And after the show, this was pretty stressful, especially for mom, because she was just so confused, and she was the one driving. We kept going to the wrong place. Okay, so after the show, me and my mutual Kai that also went to the show had plans of meeting at a Taco Bell that was across the road. Well, it turned out that it was like closed, I think, and they were like, okay, no, let's go to this Wendy's. And mom's like, okay, they go to a Wendy's. It was the wrong Wendy's. And then we went to the right Wendy's, but it took a while, and it really stressed out my mom. And me and Kai only met for like 0.5 seconds in the drive-thru of a Wendy's. I've just been this like them giving me a bag of brownies, which I finished the next day because they were really good. and and they were like, "I'm awkward, sorry, bye." That was our one convo in real life. We weren't able to do anything, mainly because we were in the drive-thru and everything. But it was still kind of like okay. And I remember they were like on Twitter when we were messaging, and they were like, "I'm so sorry we weren't able to hug or anything." I was like, "Hey, it's okay. We're going to be able to do that later this month with the milk show." And they're like, "You're right," because I just tried my best to make everything as positive as I could because I wanted to make sure the day was going to be good. So that was the whole day in a nutshell. And honestly, the day felt like magic in a way. It was the first time I felt completely comfortable, really. I felt like I could really be myself and talk to people about Twitter things for the first time. And it felt like Disney magic in a way. I know it's weird, but it just felt incredible, really. It really did. And I remember when Mick was telling me her ad, that way I could follow her. I was like, oh, I think I recognize your ad. I typed it into the search bar on Twitter on the phone, and I saw 3,000 followers, and I was like, my eyes opened wide for a split second. I was just like, okay, follow back. I was like, okay, 3,000 followers, okay, okay. It distracted me for a split second. I was like, okay, remember they're still a person. They just have quite a bit of followers, but it's okay. But also, like, I mean, it made me think, okay, maybe my state isn't super bad after all. Maybe there are other people that are actually cool here that aren't super weird, homophobic. I don't know. It was totally fun. And I remember, like, there was a dabbing pit during the 10-minute break or whatever, and I was about to like record it or and join, but right when I was going to, like the show started again, which annoyed me quite a bit. I was like, come on. But it was really cool. It's just hard to believe that I actually met them. Like, I literally learned the day before I was going to meet them, so it was like a lot. I literally learned the day before that I was going to meet them. Literally the day before. So I was kind of like, okay, this is happening. I'm totally cool with it. And I could not believe that was actually happening until I was actually meeting them, and I was kind of like, okay, this actually happened. And it's like, it's weird. I didn't cry or anything. I don't know, I've just never been a crier. I really just was kind of like, okay, this happened. And also, they were playing music in the place that we were meeting them, and God's Plan was playing while I was meeting them, so that is now our song. Sorry, but it's true. It's our song now. God's Plan is now our song. And I remember, like, when the me and Dan and Phil account retweeted my tweet, I was like, I feel like I made it in the fandom. I was like, yes. I felt like I made it in a way in the fandom. I don't know. And a ton of my mutuals and stuff were freaking out, playing to the tweet, being like, Journey, oh my gosh, and I'm just being like, guys, please help me! I'm eternally screaming and crying. Please help me! And I miss them so much. I only met them. I barely even met them for a minute, but I miss them so much. And at the meet and greet they had for today, Dan was wearing the same shirt he was wearing when I met him, and I genuinely got a bit triggered, and it just kind of like, how dare you? How dare you make me feel How dare you make me feel even more sad? How dare you? Please change your shirt. I actually added him. I was like, Dan, please. Ah, but yeah, that was really really fun. I just feel guilty about the whole Mick slash Rochelle thing because when we did talk 1-on-1, it was really awkward, and she has 3,000 followers, she's cool, what the heck, what am I doing? Why am I talking to her when she's actually, like, really cool? What is going on? I don't know what to do, I don't know how to talk to her, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say, I was really confused and stressed, I was like, okay, well, how do I talk to this person? I already felt comfortable with Kat because I talked to her the day before and everything. But all of a sudden, there's this new person that I never met before that seemed pretty cool. So I was just kind of like, I don't know how to talk to you, but we're neutrals now, and I am stressed about this, and I don't know how to talk to you, and now I feel like you dislike me or think I'm weird, and I'm really, really sorry. We were really awkward, me and Rich Big Word, and I just feel really, really guilty about that. I don't know why I just do. But yeah. It was really fun, and I missed Nanaville. I missed them so much. It's only been a few days, but I miss them so much. I miss them. I miss Kat, and I miss Kai, and I miss Nick. I don't really know how to say her nickname. I don't know. Ah. Hopefully they'll talk more and we're not super awkward like when we actually met because it was pretty awkward. It was like, oh, okay. You have 3,000 followers. I only have 1,000. You're really, really cool. Okay. Uh, and I just don't understand Kat. How was she able to, like, she was more comfortable with Nick than I was, and I'm just kind of like, really awkward, and how was she able to do it? I was so stressed over her being seemed pretty cool, and how we were really awkward. Like, we had a lot of awkward silences, and, uh, I feel like Mick actually disliked me or something because we had so many awkward silences, but I don't know. I'm just really paranoid about things. I don't want anyone to dislike me, even though that's impossible for no one to dislike you, but you know what I mean. uh, but yeah, it was really, really fun. It felt like magic. I know it's so weird. I know that's like cliche kind of in a way, but it was incredible. It was one of the best days of my life. It really was. And I hope I meet Dan and Phil again one day and I'm able to actually talk. And all that. So yeah. And I'm gonna be seeing Milk of 2Ks later this month. Holy heck. And the fact that Pat follows me, the leader follows me, means he's probably gonna recognize me and I'm just gonna be internally screaming. It's weird. Like, I'm a fan of them, but they're also, like, know who I am, and I'm kind of, like, friends with them in a way, a little slightly, kind of. It's like, what? It's weird having that cycle. Like, being a fan of their music and being a fan of them, them actually knowing who you are and being friends with you, and the leader following you. What? Like, this is the first small band I've ever heard of and listened to and became a fan of, so this is new to me. And I'm not one of those people that are huge, like, band people either. Like, I've talked to people in the fandom and most of them are talking about other small bands or something, and I'm just here like, I like YouTubers that have like 10 million subscribers at least. It's just the first time I've really became a fan of something super small, but I've learned through it that it's honestly one of the best things ever to know the people you're a fan of genuinely because you can talk to them and it's just really cool. And I'm so excited to meet them. So yeah. I guess that's it for me. I miss Danville. I miss them so much. It's so hard to believe it actually happened. Like I keep forgetting kind of in a way, and then looking at my profile picture on Twitter, which is a picture that Dan took of us, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that happened. I forgot. Okay. And Dan also took this accidental picture of his thumb. Poor baby. He took a accidental picture of his thumb, and it's cute. Okay. Bye.